Showing you a new build just before my buddy Lynn gets over here to pick it up. So he gave me a couple different pictures of anchors that he liked and asked if I'd ever done anything like that. And technically, not quite. He showed me a compass and I had done one of those and he got it. So since he got it, we moved on to that anchor and talked a little bit about antique bronze, cerakoting. And I looked and I had not done a build where I had taken pictures. Now I've done builds where I've done antique bronze, put them on leather, and then the customer said, hey, can you do one of these bands for me? But I didn't have it in my possession to take pictures or do a video or anything like that. So this is technically the first one that goes out where it's built that way, and you can get a good look at this nice rich brown color. So this is antique bronze cerakoted. So the case is done up, the SS band's done up, the coin bezel, and the crown. So, and then I looked up some synonyms because I thought the word anchor on here would be silly. So I was like, oh, ballast, that looks cool. So I threw ballast on there. We did a distressed dial. We lasered that out of brass. And then the background has a nice kind of cool looking distressed look to it. I did a set of gold paddle hands on there and a custom gold seconds hand, pipped around. And then I did one of these new coin bezels, got these from a buddy. And then I learned that this mariner insert, this gold with black diver style mariner insert, which went perfect with that gold look and brass, is a little bit thicker. So if you look real close, it sticks up just... And do you know how long I sat here and pushed on this thinking, oh, well, it's just not seated, until I realized it's all the same level all the way around. It's like, oh, that mariner insert must be thicker than the insert cut out on that. So I think it kind of looks cool because now it has that little gold lip going on around there. So thought that was pretty awesome. Just a cool coincidence. I don't know, it was a coincidence. Cool, just a little scenario that got put in, and thought it ended up working out for the best. Anchor engraved crown on that, and then we have a low profile exhibition case back on there, stainless steel movement holder going around it, and a gilded rotor. Quick disconnects on here if you need to pop this off, or swap on a leather or whatever you're going to do. But that is the build. I thought it came out pretty awesome. So bezel will turn left, it'll turn right. It is put on with a tension ring. Sometimes these are a little bit tighter. The one thing I learned with this bezel style, no matter how much I added on here and how tight I made the tension ring, it still turned a little bit more than what I wanted it to. I wanted it to be a lot tighter. But the gap that they put in there for the lip for the tension ring is deeper than what it is on the other one. So the tension ring doesn't make contact under the lip as much as I'd like it to. So still looks awesome. Still does its job. This doesn't come all the way out to the end, so it should only really get moved around when you do it yourself. But automatic mechanical, so you can wind it, you can wear it, you can put it in a watch winder. But if it's dead or you're not going to be very active, make sure you wind it just a little bit before you put it on. And how you do that is you back the crown off the threads until you hear it and feel it clicking. Okay, it's off the threads. You feel a little bit of play there, and you can hear it clicking. At that point, you can wind, and a wind is a turn away from you. Turning it back towards you doesn't do anything, but it's a lot easier to keep your finger spacing. Just go back and forth. So if you do this for 4 or 5 seconds before you put it on, even if you're not very active, you will keep time. And if you do it for something closer to 20 seconds, you're going to max out your 31 plus hour power reserve on it. You cannot overwind it. You can wind it all day if you like. Whenever you feel comfortable with what you've wound, pull the crown out to the one and only pull, and you can now set your time. It's not a hacking movement, so it's going to keep going. You're also going to notice you got a wobble crown that deflects lateral pressure from going into the stem and into the movement. So if you don't like the way that feels, just hold it straight. But you're the one that's making it go left and right. Oh, I've got something on my own screen. I was like, what is on the watch face? It's on my own screen of my phone. Okay, Google, what time is it?
It's 1:33 p.m.
1:33 p.m. So that's about a little over halfway. When you're good, push it over back to the threads and take it out of that time setting, and then screw it down. And there's your build. It came out flipping kick-ass, man. Lynn, I appreciate you a ton, man. I know you've got a bunch of watches from me, and I don't want to say this is the coolest one to date, but that dial is pretty killer. And I'm a big fan of this rich brown color. So, I mean, if I'd build this for myself, other than my guy didn't put my BVW here, I told him this, but I always thought it was understood to put my initials here. But regardless, that's about the only thing I'd change. Now that I know, like, personally, I don't care how much the bezel moves around. But now that I know that I have that kind of issue, I might only use this whenever I know that it's not going out. I've got some cases where it does come all the way out, and you wouldn't want to put that on there because you can put your hand here, and if it was even, you would easily be able to move it. I kind of like them where they're super, super tight, but what I'm trying to say is there's not much I would change on this at all. It came out flipping awesome. I don't really think we talked about a bezel insert. I did you an antique bronze cerakoted, just regular big ass bezel, like a stock bezel, and but I had one of these made too, just in case I liked one better than another. And though the other looks really cool, I thought that together really kind of tied in well. So I am quite happy with it. And when he lasered this, the way that when this is tight, that's pretty much like good, because these will only thread on one way, and he doesn't have one of my cases. So when my guy lasers these in, he just lasers them in. So sometimes when you get it done and you put it on your watch, it's, you know, like that, which still is fine. You know, it's still an anchor. You can still tell it's an anchor. But the way that when it's tight, it's right side up. You know, it's not necessarily perfectly straight up and down, but it's right side up, you know, to see, oh, hey, there's an anchor right there. So it's just not upside down. So it actually turned out as good as it possibly could have turned out. So I'm quite happy with it. And Lynn, I appreciate you a ton, buddy. So if you're still watching this long, I appreciate you as well. But I thought this thing came out so nice, and it's kind of hard to capture it in pictures. Because I try not to get that light flare when I take those pictures that's going across there right now. But that is what gives it that nice pop of color where that brass really shines. So came out well, man. So if you want me to build you something custom and unique, reach out and I'll see what I can do. And if you want to continue to see videos like this, like and subscribe as I put them up all the time. Thanks, guys.